I didn't really have any interest in watching Thunderbirds, but I bought a DVD that came with 3 films. I bought it for A Dinosaur Story, I think it's called. It's a Rhea Perlman film. And this was one of the 3 films that was on it, Thunderbirds, the 2004 version. And I thought, well, I've got the DVD, I might as well give it a watch. I have no idea if it will make any sense. I can confirm that actually it did make sense, but my opinions are probably going to be very different to those of big Thunderbird fans. Now, that could be I like it more because Thunderbirds fans have bigger expectations, or I liked it less because there are a lot of things in this that I didn't necessarily pick up on, and things that would have more meaning had I seen anything else to do with Thunderbirds. So that's just worth bearing in mind. And in general, it's a decent experience. This was released in 2004. It's directed by Jonathan Frakes. It's written by William Osborne and Michael McCullers. And we have a cast including Brady Corbet, Vanessa Hudgens, Bill Paxton, Anthony Edwards, Sophia Myles, Ben Kingsley. Great cast and characters, really good performances. The narrative, it took me a little while to kind of fully understand what was going on. But the Tracy family... And I apologise if I'm not explaining this very well. I also don't know if this is what any other Thunderbirds narratives are like, but the Tracy family run this international rescue, and they help with, well, international rescues, including the use of the Thunderbirds. And a character called the Hood is trying to get the Thunderbirds and cause a lot of problems and do a lot of criminal activity, and the family have to try and, well, make sure this doesn't happen. And in general, it's a good narrative. There are a lot of things happening. It's a very busy narrative. There will absolutely be parts of this that went completely over my head. Most of the characters meant absolutely nothing to me, but names I did recognise. There were some names that meant a little bit to me, so I feel like it must be at least a little bit true to other Thunderbird stories, but if anybody has any thoughts on that, absolutely please feel free to share. I'd love to know what you think or what it's like. But this being my introduction to Thunderbirds, I thought it was pretty good. The story works well. It's very action-packed. There's a lot going on, sometimes maybe a little bit too much for my liking with trying to keep up with it. So it's not a relaxing watch if you're completely new to Thunderbirds, because there's a lot going on and it does require, at least for me, quite a lot of concentration. But the performances are great. The narrative seems to work well. Visually, it is absolutely gorgeous. We have some really fun effects and great props and things. Visually, definitely a lot of fun. So as my introduction to Thunderbirds, I'd say it was a decent experience. Also, it reminded me of the fabulous song Thunderbirds Are Go, which of course is by Busted, which I'd completely forgotten about, so that was a nice little throwback. That was my introduction to Thunderbirds. Busted, Thunderbirds Are Go, so that was a delight. It's a good film, but take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt, because if I were to be a big Thunderbirds fan, maybe I'd feel different, maybe I'd like it more, maybe I'd like it less. So basically, I'm only discussing this for people who are interested in knowing if it is watchable, if you've never seen Thunderbirds. And the brief answer is, yes, it definitely is watchable. It's not a relaxing experience, but I'd say it's pretty enjoyable. And if you're curious, I'd say definitely check it out. And if you've seen Thunderbirds, if you're a fan of Thunderbirds, I'd love to know what you think of it. Is it an enjoyable film? Does it make sense? Is it true to other Thunderbird stories? I'd love to know the answer to that question. And for now, I'm pretty happy to have watched it, and I'm happy to recommend it.